Right, we're live, we're back. What's up, party people? My name is Sunny Ray. This is the Sunny Ray Show. Oh my goodness, I've got one interview today and it's a good one. I'm super pumped. I'm going to be bringing on Paco, who's a celebrity in the Bitcoin space, if I may say so myself. I've been following him for some time. He's got a great, I don't know, just overall aura and personality and story to share. Paco is a India-based Bitcoiner who essentially built his name as a long-distance runner and global nomad long before he touched a hardware wallet. Over roughly 6 years, he ran in more than 250 cities across 24 countries and couch surfed with over 400 families, working a string of odd jobs between trips. That life of motion, low overhead, and trust in strangers is the foundation for everything that came after. He's got a new company called BitAsha. They're really leaning into the hardware wallet space, the Bitcoin hardware wallet space within India, an area that, I'm personally very much aware of, and I know there's a big need. So bring on Paco. What's up, man?
Hey, man. Namaste, man. Thank you so much for having me. Good morning to
Namaste.
you.
Oh my goodness. Good morning to you. Good afternoon. Good evening. Paco, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. First of all, I'm not a celebrity. I'm just a normal pleb like you, brother.
No. Well, to me, you are, right? So, yeah. No, so Paco, where are you right now? You're like an interesting place of the world, right?
I'm in the Himalayan mountains, about 7 to 8 hours north of Delhi, at an altitude of good 2,000 meters, and the rainy season has just started. The mountains are nice. It's a season of leeches too, the leeches that suck your blood, but they are better than the tax takers of our country.
we dove right into the deep end. Yeah, dude. So talk to me, man. What's kick us off with, I guess I like to start with what you're working on now. Just like, again, we'll keep it short. I'm gonna go deep. We're gonna go deeper into it later. But what is BitAsha? I know you're super passionate about it. Tell me, like, what's the mission? What's the vision there? What are you working on? Are you even allowed to talk about it?
Yeah, definitely. Um, when the journey ended around the trip around the world with using Bitcoin, I came back to realize that there wasn't a company in India that was offering, say, security solutions in terms of hardware wallets. There was just one called Etherbit. Fantastic. They offer the hardware solutions, the hardware wallets, but there was nothing being built in India, and they were all just resellers. So we started building steel plates. They are called kosh, that means treasure in Sanskrit. So we have those steel plates that lets you safeguard your 12 or 24 words. And we make Bitcoin home miners, the BitX, the $100 machines. Since it is all open source, so we could build it here in India. Yes, everything comes from China, but we build it here in our backyard. And we now just made dog tags, working on LoRa long range radio, where we can send Bitcoin over it, working on such things so that the ecosystem can grow from within India, because Bitcoin, crypto, they all need those 12 or 24 words. So this Kosh steel plate is like the bridge between these two communities that do not practically know much of what's happening amongst each other. And safety is necessary. As you have created something fantastic, Key Safe.
Oh yeah, I don't think I've even talked about that one. That was a weekend brain fart of a project. But can you tell me the why, Paco? Like, can you double click on the why, what you're doing? I mean, in my view, it's quite clear, but it'd be great to have you kind of articulate why is building a hardware. Like, can you talk a little bit about how it's hard to get it in India, and like, I don't know, India is just such an interesting place. But I've got my, kind of thesis and this and that. But I'd love to hear yours. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. In India, first of all, we have our huge taxes that come in. First of all, if you want to get a hardware wallet, talking to my friend who just orange pilled his friend, and he was like, I need a hardware wallet. He goes to Etherbit and he's like, hey, it's not available. It's sold out. And then yet again, he goes on to, it comes in after 2 or 3 weeks. You have to pay customs, import duties, or tell a friend, or that friend doesn't end up getting you the hardware wallet. Wallet, the hardware wallet is here, but as you have seen with Ledger, the battery runs out, or sometimes you misplace your words, as has happened with a lot of people. We need the steel plate where you can just safeguard your 12 words, so that if there is rain or if there is fire, you have those 12 or 24 words with you that can be taken with you. The solutions in the outside market are worth 100, 200, 300 euros. But for an Indian market, which is price sensitive, we wanted to bring a solution for as low as $30. So hence we started with this steel plate, Kosh, so that people can take care of their safety. Not your keys, not your coins. Not that many exchanges allow you to withdraw your coins here, but once you withdraw it, you got to take care of that. Say, it's your safety. It's like you're merely, as some Bitcoiner said, you're merely a custodian for your children. So it would be better to pass on those 12 or 24 words in a steel plate. So hence we started with this and the home mining segment, because home mining, look at the centralization that's happening. My little home miner running in my room in there, it is able to contribute to decentralization. And yes, it makes me play a lottery every 10 minutes. And why not to try your luck in this decentralized future?
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. So Paco, before before Bitcoin, before any of this, you were a runner who had logged miles in something like 250 cities. Where did that start for you, and what were you actually like chasing in those early years?
Those were the golden years. I think that's what made Paco Paco. I had gone. I was working in Muscat, Oman, a hot country. And one evening I had seen like some fellow runners running and they were smiling. And I was looked at the temperature, it was like at 38 or 40 degrees Celsius. And I looked at them and like, why are they laughing? Why are they smiling? How can they run in this crazy heat? I joined them for a Monday madness run, then became a Tuesday trauma run. And from there on, I started running, which became my life. I started finding joy in that runner's high. It's naturally created endorphins, or that whatever your mind creates for you, it was so beautiful, it was refreshing, like you're creating it is from just running. And I started running a lot with the group, and eventually after 2 years I quit my job and I took a sabbatical. That was in 2015. I took a sabbatical and I called the sabbatical Run Every City. That means every city that I travel to, I will run in that city. So this will keep me in check, and this will also clear my head, because sweat is the best drug in the world. The more you sweat, the more happy you would be, because it just releases you of all the toxins that are in there, either from drinking or from shit talking. It all just boils up. So running lets you release that. So that's how Run Every City project started. I was supposed to do it for a year, but it went over for almost 4 years, where I was just learned that universe gives you, thou shall ask, thou shall receive. So me with my thumb out on the streets, just walking and finding rides to take me forward, or couch surfing with so many great strangers. Strangers are friends you haven't made yet, and they're fantastic people. And you just start believing, yes, the universe is a kind place, and the more time we complain, the clock still keeps moving. So we got to stop complaining and start saying yes, like it's happening. And and it really multiplies and multiplies and quadruples and blah blah blah. It just grows on you. So this is what I was doing before the Bitcoin standard came into my life.
I was gonna ask you, so what is it, like 400 families around the world or something? Like, what did living on other people's trust, essentially like in their homes that were not yours, teach you about people? Like,
Yeah.
what did you learn about people? It must have been such a science experiment, and just
Uh,
oh my
all
goodness.
all hum- all humans are angels. Just the circumstances aren't in favor sometimes.
Mm,
Everybody's trying to put a bread on the table. Everybody's trying to
mm,
make and some people let you take a glimpse in their life. So like I'm at
mm.
an engineer house or at a firefighter's house, or I am at a nudist house. I get to live for 2 or 3 days, uh, how they live, to just get a glimpse in my life, because I came from like, oh my God, my life is so not good. But then to just see how other people are living, you start being grateful, because somebody opening your house is like opening your heart. It's their home, it's their zone where they're letting you come in. And you start to follow the house rules, and you find a friend in that city. Otherwise, you're just a lonely person, a lonely traveler with a camera in your hand trying to take photos. But when you have a friend in that city, this is how it happened in the Bitcoin journey also, was I met so many people who hosted me, which really became memories for us to treasure. And like 5 years later, also, we are still in touch. So people are kind, just that the circumstances aren't kind.
Hmm.
And they will, and yeah, there are diabolico humans also, but your gut feeling starts getting stronger, and then you start listening to your gut more than listening to the outside people. You just listen like, okay, I don't feel good in this house. I've left like good 10, 20 houses where I didn't feel good. I'm like, whoa, 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 I need to leave. So your gut, you start listening to yourself, I think. So you start trusting yourself in the process, and you start enjoying living in that moment. Given that now that we have mobile phones, we are more distracted with it. Back then, there wasn't that much distraction for me.
Were you ever scared?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was so scared at certain times. Um, I remember, like, about a week ago only I thought about it. Like, dude, there was this one couch surfer who ran with a knife behind me. Okay.
What?
I was just, I was laughing about it. Like, I was really laughing about it like 10 days ago.
Oh my
And
goodness.
dude, people suffer. People have things happening in their life. We sometimes just see the fancy, glowing side. Wow, they have the big money, they have everything settled. But people are going through a lot in their mental stress. And I think so. I just learned the art to entertain people. That's what I would say. I learned how to entertain people for 3 days, 5 days. I'm like an icebreaker, and this is the trick that I learned from traveling in so many houses as to how to warm up a room. You tell me any table needs to be opened up, any conversations need to be struck. I would be the bridge. I would be the node who will connect that. So this is something that I learned from there.
And now it seems like you're seeking some solitude in the mountains. So how is that kind of are you reconciling these two worlds? I guess it's giving you some time to let it all sink in a bit. But yeah, well, what's going on, dude? Are you meditating? You're obviously building? What I'm so curious.
Yeah, man. I think so. The run with Bitcoin journey specifically, as I say, made me a boy to a man, because yes, I believe in the universe, but then I also saw the reality of how money is being played. This is a dirty game that we are being played, like, and our money just keeps getting devalued, and the same thing that we have been listening over the last 10 years. And when I came back from this journey, I realized that hyper Bitcoinization is like 25, 30 years away. It's a far off thing. And in fact, saying hyper Bitcoinization now feels like, oh, maybe not. Maybe since we have 200 languages in our world, there will be 200 blockchains. There will be people using the 200 different currencies that is good for them. And when I came back, I think so. I saw too much too fast. I saw the reality on ground, 18 African countries, 18 Latin American countries, and I got to use Bitcoin to see that reality, that, okay, this is just a select few people, and the majority of them are bloody traders. And traders have pivoted towards Tether. Tether wasn't there prior to 21. Everybody was using Bitcoin to come onto the chain, but now people are using Tether to come onto the chain. So people are using Tether. Most of them are P2P traders. Bitcoin circular economies are using it as an on ramp, off ramp, where they are losing 2 to 4% in this on ramp, off ramp. I am showing like, yes, Bitcoin is being used because I really used Bitcoin in like 41 countries, man. I was like lucky, I would call that, where roads opened up, the community came through. So I saw all of this up close, up personal, and I just saw how many tools that are being built. And still in Indian Bitcoin conference, 200 people come. Okay. You have been in this eco space for a while. You have done for Bangalore what you have done, and you have seen. Still in a Bitcoin conference, 200 people come. So when I came back from this journey where I'd seen all this, I just wanted to stay away from social media, because social media was like constant. I was constantly posting. I was constantly running. It was the constant next chase, the next city, the next run, the next Bitcoin meetup, the next person I meet, the next drink I have, the next party I go. It was just like a constant thing. It was never stopping. So I just wanted to take a pause. The pause happened because I couldn't run anymore. My ankle had issues that led up to my knee. So I pivoted to yoga, and I said, okay, let me just fix my health first, because your health is your wealth in this wide, mighty, vast ocean life that we live in. So I was like, let me take care of my health. Let me get the alignment in place. So just got into yoga, got into meditation, trying to bring that extra 1 second in my life, because we act in haste. It's always like, yeah, fast, blink it. Everything needs to be like zip, zap, zoom. Lightning is fast. Bitcoin Cash is fast. But yeah, sometimes, like, so I finally got a little, take a little pause and sit back and write a book about my journey, because I felt that would be the answer to what I do next ahead, because it was no more traveling. I didn't want to travel anymore. I was done.
Hmm.
I was like, ho gaya bhai. That's it. And I was like, what do I do next? I do not know. So hence the book helped me, yoga helped me, hence this Bitasha company came out, and things worked out. So if you guys are running a lot, just take a moment for 5 minutes, just watch your breath for 5 minutes. It helps. It really helps.
I believe it. I believe it. Big believer in meditation, yoga. Not so much running, but I got my swim in this morning. So,
Nice.
but so inspiring, man. So, most people who travel constantly are either like running from something or running towards something. Like, so which one were you? And has that answer changed?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That has changed. My question, they used to ask me, or the friends I used to meet, is like, "What's your favorite city?" And I used to always say the next one. What's your favorite country? It's always the next one. I was behind just getting in more cities, more places. I just wanted to meet new people. I had become a slave to random gratification, where anything that happens out of the blue, I would just be happy with it. And I would just call it, yeah, universe is blessing me. So I was on the constant chase of that new happiness, the new excitement. But towards the end, it finally changed into, I think so, it was in Suriname where the proper break happened. I was on my country number 38 or 39. I was at the finale stretch. So, to answer, I was running towards new experiences, and I just wanted to just keep going, just keep going. But that took a break, that took a hit, that took a reality check, or the character change happened in Suriname to me, where it was my birthday. And it was a lazy Monday evening, and somebody slipped me a pill, and I was like, voila, nice. Next thing you know, I'm in the hands of a beautiful girl just crying and crying. And she's like, what's up? Why are you crying? And I'm like, don't worry, it's not you, it's me. At that moment, I realized I was alone. I had no one to share my happiness with. I had completed what I had set out to do, to travel the world. 13 years ago, this was my dream, to travel the world, and I had done it all. And here I was, but with whom to share? Everybody was a stranger. That night, I go back alone, call my friend in Bangalore, and I talk to him for like 3, 4 hours. And I'm like, bro, you know what I came from. You know what my dream was, to travel the world. And here I am. For years, like for me, that was like the place where I really came to an acceptance that that's it. My jar is full, and I don't want to travel anymore. And now I just want to find what's next in my life, and that had to come from within. So I had to take a time out, step away from the social media, and just listen to yourself and take care of yourself for a while.
And looking back now, Paco, well, that's so beautiful. What part of your life, before Bitcoin, do you think prepared you most for what you're building now? Even if you had no idea at the time.
Hmm. Talking to people, I think so. I think so. I would give it to my dad. My dad used to take
Hmm.
me to his shop every weekend, and he used to like, if you work the shop with me, evening sessions, I will give you your pocket money. And I used to work with him, and I used to see him sell, talk, sell, sell. He used to sell clothes, and every weekend was the thing. And I used to hate it. My friends used to be going for parks, movies. Their parents are having jobs, and my dad is a business owner, and he's making me struggle. So I used to hate it. I used to despise it. But then as I grew up and then the travels happened and then learned that yes, I have this way to speak to people, which comes from my heart. I'm not like, which comes from within. Like I try to be genuinely nice. I'm like, if I'm going to give you that 2 minutes, I would be giving the honest 2 minutes to you. And that really helped me to bring that, okay, there is this skill that my father has taught me. There is that skill that I have learned on the road. How do I monetize this? It took me years to understand that. How do you monetize that skills? And that turned out to be like now by building products, run with Bitcoin, writing a book or Bitasha. So it's like that. I'm still learning.
Yes, I was reading about you. So you said that Africa, after all these travels, needs Bitcoin perhaps more than anywhere else in the world. What did you actually see on the ground that made you believe that?
Um, they have all the resources in the world, and all their resources are being sold for US dollars. But in next 5 years, they all will be sold for Chinese yen or yuan, Chinese yuan, or is it called yen? The latter, yuan.
Yen is Japanese. I think China
Yuan.
is. I yeah.
Okay. So well, then I was so when I saw these and I saw they have like a lot of languages and I saw they have like 54 boundaries, 54 different countries, and all these resources, they have all their youth, and everything is just getting marginalized or devalued by their constant devaluation of their currency. It's a constant. It is a never-ending loop for any country there. Even the strong, rich Botswana is going through problems now because they were diamond-rich country, but because of the synthetic diamonds, now they are unable to maintain that currency valuation of their pula. And they have youth. The median age is 18 to 19 years there. So they have the youth, they have technology. And now with China that has come in there, they have given them, China is the true ally, I would say, of the world right now. They have built roadways, they have built hydroelectricity power dams. They have gotten airports. They have built mines. They have built casinos so that they can move the money outside. They have CCP educational institutes. They have bars. They have restaurants. They have their people moving in there. What China has come in and done with the One Belt Road initiative, that every African country says yes to one China policy, that means Taiwan is part of China, they'll be showered with gifts. And that's where China has done a fantastic job. And if you look, they have built most of the airports now in Africa, or they have built most of the railways. They are building a railway from Tanzania to Zambia so that they can move gold and silver up out. The seaports, all the seaports in the world have a Chinese influence. So when China is so involved in this, and the Americans are like hawks, they just want to um, uh, drown them in double debts and triple debts from the IMF and the World Bank and the UN and everything. And China, on the other hand, comes like a friend and an ally. It's like, let me just empower you. Let's build this thing. We both will grow together. So in midst of all of these things, I realized this youth, if they have an option through Bitcoin, which I do not know, with Tether being taken over, Tether is going to run Africa very soon. They have strong banks and they will fund and they'll fund and they'll buy companies, they'll fund, and soon it will be Tether run Africa. But Bitcoin is the solution for them. This is what I felt. And if their resources are sold for Bitcoin, they will not be devalued. They can again start to dream.
So, was there a specific moment where the Bitcoin dream and the reality on the ground just didn't match? And like, what happened?
Oh, yeah, El Salvador. El Salvador.
Okay, talk to me.
They're gonna love me for this. I love you, El Salvador. It's called El Pulgarcito de Latino America, the little thumb of Latin America. I've written a great chapter on them, 2 chapters, nice ones. I saw Bitcoin was just being used in Bitcoin Beach, which was called by Ricky and Laura, my Italian friends, the Bitcoin explorers. They call it the Bitcoin Landia. It's just like Bitcoin was just being used there. And even in that Bitcoin Landia, we went to a restaurant which charged us 20% extra for paying in Bitcoin. And I was like, this is fantastic. This is the reality. There weren't other places that were accepting Bitcoin. Some were accepting. And then I just saw like, okay, I took this experience and went to El Salvador, San Salvador, the capital. And boom, nobody was accepting Bitcoin there. And then you fast forward that now to last year where they had to take away the official legal tender and that they had to take loans from IMF. So I just felt like um you cannot shove Bitcoin down people's throat. People will only get it if they are going through pain. And people are so busy in their daily hustle to bring bread and butter to the table that they cannot look for other options. So Salvador for me was like, yes, wow, I got the stage, I was there. But then to just see reality, like, no, the locals don't use it. And it was just now if you look back at it and you're like, oh, then what was Bitcoin all for them? It was something they used for marketing their country then.
A lot of maximalists obviously would push back hard on the 25 to 30-year timeline. How do you hold such deep conviction in Bitcoin and this like sober kind of view of how, slow real adoption is? And by the way, I agree with you. I've dedicated my life to Bitcoin in many ways, and I think yes, I think in some areas I'm delightfully surprised. Like even the fact that a country decided to try and make Bitcoin like a whatever reserve currency, in my view, is like beyond my wild expectation. The fact that the United States government now, which is arguably, the most powerful, blah, 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 like is also considering it, and the Black Rocks and the MicroStrategy. So at that level, I think it's definitely, smart money or whatever you want to call it has seen the light. But I think for the average person, just like how inflation is like that frog boiling, that thing about the frog boiling thing, it's like similar, right? Inflation is so hard to put your finger on and it's so subtle. Bitcoin is similar but different in the sense that it's much more volatile, but obviously you have to have a long time preference, right? And you have perhaps like the longest. So talk to me, how do you kind of reconcile this like long time horizon in terms of adoption, and then with this worldview of how that it's actually quite slow, right?
For the world adoption, I would just say, what's the hurry? There's no hurry, man. You
Right,
have built enough. Let them come
right,
to it. Let the pain come in
exactly.
and let it come to it. We have just been doing this. So the Bitcoin circular economy thing started 5 years ago. So we were just like, oh, Bitcoin needs to be used. Bitcoin
Right.
needs to be used. Use it. So that's my answer to the second question where like there's
Mm.
no rush, there's no hurry. Yeah, it's going to take its due time. It's like a government job. Another 25, 30 years, people will come, falter. And if it's there, yes, no.
Yeah.
Because now PayPal has its own blockchain. Stripe has its own blockchain. And they just move between their funds between themselves. They are using the technology to move the funds. And Bitcoin, as and when the time passes by, people will see the more reality. But there's no rush. We have built enough tools. Okay. I mean, there are enough tools.
Yeah,
Um,
so true.
yeah.
And
Sorry,
talk
you're
about,
saying?
I was gonna say, to talk to me about this, not pivot, but this new kind of journey now, right? So you went traveling on Bitcoin, right? And then now you're building like a hardware wallet. Like walk me through like why hardware? I know you talked a little bit about how it's the bridge and
Hmm.
whatnot, but how did you arrive at that conclusion? And yeah, just talk us through that thesis a bit more in terms of what you're building at Kosh.
So basically, my entire journey was crowdfunded, right? So I was living on crowdfunding and grants, and the entire journey, and that is not sustainable. So when I came back and I was like, we need to have something for profit. Everything is so
Mhm.
digital.
Yeah.
Everything is digital. Wallet, digital login,
Right.
digital Tinder, digital Uber
Yeah.
Eats. I'm like, what about people want to touch Bitcoin? Basic things. We still live in a physical realm. We still eat food. And I was like, this should be a for-profit venture. So when BitX became open source, and we were like, oh, it's open source, I can build this. And soon I realized, oh my God, we need a lot of parts from China, and you need to have a very strong supply chain so that you can match the pricing of the market. So we were hustling with the BitX, and during this we were like, okay, but how about we tap for a bigger market, which is the crypto market down there, who uses those seed words? How can we tap them to use our seed plates? So we pivoted from BitX to seed plates. Seed plates became to dog tags now, so that you can take the small little dog tags through airports casually. And then we moved towards Satoshi statue. Now we are making Satoshi statues. So we are moving there. So we are like still experimenting, because we are like 4, 5 plebs from the community who love Bitcoin and who want to do something for the community. And it is still not a profit making venture. I mean, it makes profit, but we have a lot of expenses. So it's in the first year, as you know, there are a lot of expenses that we are learning how to run a company. Um, so this is how the pivot happened, like to make something for profit so that it can be sustainable in the long run.
And you know, almost all of the Bitcoin hardware today comes from US, Europe. Actually, Canada's on that list, right? CoinKite guys are from here, or at least originally. Can you walk me through that? Sorry, can you like kind of, yeah, like tell me why, like with Bidasha, you guys you're designing and making this product in India. Like, why does that matter beyond national pride?
Oh, because the pricing helps. Like I would just give you an example of a seed plate from Cedar. It costs about like 80 euros,
Mm,
or another option for 200 euros from Cedar, or from Crypto Steel, or even CoinKite also, I suppose it sells. They sell their wallets, right? 150, $200 wallets. We are not building wallets as of now, and we are just still telling how to secure them. We haven't moved towards the wallets thing as of now. So the price point was the biggest thing for us, because importing is also a lot of problem. There's a lot of tax that comes into place, and yes, we want to become resellers for the current hardware wallets, whether it be CoinKite, Trezor, Ledger. But we want to still keep developing these products in Indian ecospace, so that the next upcoming generation just does not see that we live on grants. We have for profit ventures,
yeah.
and they to start for something for profit.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, earlier you said that the Indian Bitcoin scene has, I don't know, so the same 200 or 300 people that show up at these events, right? So that's a hard thing to say out loud. Like, what actually breaks that open? And by the way, the last event I did in India properly was December 2013 at the Sheraton, where our office is located in Bangalore now. And we had about, I think, 500 people or so at that one. But then, you know, I don't know if you know the whole story. I'll share it another time. But like, yeah, we never kind of could build up the courage to do it again, just because it's a lot. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of attention. Sometimes the kind of attention you want, sometimes the kind of attention you don't want, right? And so it's a tough one, yeah. But you need one or two or a group of people to say, okay, let's go. We're gonna make this happen, right? So, but what do you think will change that, right? Because I don't know. When I step back and think about India, it's like biggest gold market, biggest IT market, like the remittance market, blah blah blah. I can just like write a whole book on theoretically why India should be popping off. Yet, you know, here we are. I'm 13 years in and still singing the same tune, and but it's, I don't know, no one's singing back with me. So what's going on here?
Crypto happened, brother. Crypto happened. There were other
Crypto
places to
happened.
develop it. There were other places to develop, and crypto was throwing in a lot of money, and everybody wants to run a family, right? So crypto happened, I would say. There's DevCon happening in Mumbai right now, in November, just a week after the Bitmela. So there's a Bitcoin conference happening in Jaipur. They called it the Bitmela, and the next, so there's a DevCon happening, and people say about 10,000 people will come from India to there, or 20,000 people, or 50,000 people. So, they have booked the entire Geo World Trade Center for this, and they're going to have this. So I think so. What happened was Ethereum gave people a lot of opportunities to build. A lot of VC money came in, right? Pump and dumps came through, and the ecosystem started building up around there as much on that end. And Bitcoin, any change, what happened? 2017 was one change, 2021 was another change, and now recently we're gonna have another big drama going on. So 2026, another fork. So changes were not happening. This is what I see. But you are there from 13 years. But this is my take is like anybody coming into crypto is coming in to make money. And in this crypto, you come and tell them like, oh, Bitcoin is the gold standard. Bitcoin is the best asset out there. The 18-year-old kid is looking straight into your eyes and telling you is like, chupe chutiye. How will I make money?
That should be the name of your podcast. I like that one. Okay. Funny, but that one hurts, but so true. And by the way, I was literally sitting beside like Vitalik as he was writing Ethereum. Like I'm from Toronto, so I literally saw that come into the world. And quite possibly the biggest miss of my career. Not believing in it and being so close, yet yes, it's I mean, to his credit, whatever he's built, it's definitely caught the imagination of a lot of people. And I don't know, man, kudos to him. Like I used to kind of have a bit of a like but I mean, they hit escape velocity. They're still number 2. I mean, it's quite a ride. And I think it feeds into, like you said, this like short-term thinking of like get rich quick, tokens, or maybe raise capital, do something, bada bing, bada boom. Whereas Bitcoin is like, sit down, let me tell you now. Hey, Paco, I didn't realize, buddy, man, I think we're at the end of our time here. This has been like such so honored that I get to spend like this time with you. I guess, yeah, where do people learn more? Is Run with Bitcoin, right? Is your Twitter handle?
Yes, yeah, it's a Run with Bitcoin on X, and my book is coming out later this year. It will be called Proof of Work. Let me show you a copy. Do I have a copy? I'm working on it.
Nice.
Still a work.
Good.
Ta-da! 42
Beautiful.
countries, 0 banks. And
Well,
this
put
book
me on a
has,
list. I wanna buy 1 or 10.
yes,
Yeah.
I will share the link with you. It's on Geyser Fund right now. I will share the
Okay.
link with you. So yeah.
Sounds good. And I'll share it here as well. Thanks, bud. I see we have a lot of people listening. Thank you all for tuning in. And yeah, until next time, take care. Cheers.